p.m. East African time, coming to you live from Nairobi, Kenya. This is a TV47 Weekend. To top 3 stories just for you. Tonight, at least 2 people died in fresh banditry attacks in Laikipia and Turkana counties.
Benard akatoka nje, kutoka nje, kumbe mikora walikuwa hapo nje. Kutoka hivi wakampiga risasi.
Despite the ongoing KDF operation to flush out bandits.
Tumepoteza uhai na si moja, si mbili, hata si tatu. Na haya mambo yote inafanyika sisi tukisema ya kwamba bado serikali itaangalia.
Also tonight, Azimio Brigade makes anti-government rallying call to Narok residents.
Tunataka haki ya uchaguzi. Tukasema ile nyungu pale ambayo matokeo ya kura yaingia, nataka ifunguliwe.
As allies of the government lash out at the opposition outfit.
Bei ya unga ilikuwa 250 na alikuwa hapo katikati, si angezungumza wakati huo.
Plus, residents up in arms after another pupil dies mysteriously following punishment by teacher in Trans Nzoia.
Tukaenda mpaka hospitali, nikapata mtoto haka hapo kwa daktari wanamshughulikia. Akawa aongei, anatapika tu. Alikuwa aongei, anatapika tu. Nilijaribu hata kumuita Mike aongei, mpaka bila alikata roho yake.
Welcome to the broadcast. Catherine Simalo is on the sign language docket, and I'm usually Stanley Nyaringita. Now, we start on matters security, and one person has been killed in Laikipia County by bandits who made away with 20 sheep, with area leaders calling for a review of the curfew restrictions imposed in the county. This even as 4 people are nursing injuries in Lodwar Referral Hospital, with 2 people reportedly missing. This is despite the tough directives announced by President William Ruto and Interior CS Kithure Kindiki to flush out the bandits terrorizing residents in the northern Kenya. Tabitha Washeke is still trying to come to terms with the loss of her husband, Bernard, after he was shot by suspected bandits in the wee hours of Saturday morning, with the family losing 20 of its sheep.
Nikaakisha bulb, nikapata amegongwa. Nikamuuliza umegongwa wapi? Akasema amegongwa kwa tubu. Kuangalia hivi alikuwa amegongwa kabisa. So nikaenda nikajaribu kutafuta namba za wengine, mimi sikupata. So my neighbor ndio ameweza kuwapigia wote. Alafu neighbor mwingine akapigwa wapaju, akapigiwa mwingine akakuja wakampeleka kwa hosi. Kufika kwa hosi ndio kwa bahati mbaya ameaga.
In a reassuring tone, police authorities led by Laikipia DCC John Rata have noted that the stolen stock will be covered.
Habari tulipata usiku na tukawa tunaendelea kuwasiliana tukicoordinate na wenzetu katika security sector both in Baringo na huku Laikipia, na tuna imani kwamba kulingana na yale mawasiliano ambayo tunapata, we are optimistic ya kwamba by the end of the day hawa mifugo watakuwa wamerudi. That one we can assure you.
Sasa sisi tutaenda wapi? Tuambieni. Mtuambie.
However, residents here and area leaders have faulted the KDF police operation to flush out bandits that is in its 3rd week, saying it has not bore any fruits.
Ngeomba mkubwa wetu Bwana Kindiki, kama hataweza kutulinda, tupewe buduki ili tuweze kujilinda sisi.
Can you tell us where is this operation being done? Because our people are being killed. That is the question we ask.
With Laikipia County boss Joshua Irungu urging the Interior Ministry led by Professor Kithure Kindiki to arm the NPRs who have undergone training so as to have more boots on ground.
Kati haya mambo ilianza, tulianza kufungua mabarabara, tukishikana sisi kama viongozi tukafungua mabarabara ya kule kote security road tukafungua zote. na ile mtaro hata hiyo tukaweza, hata Matiga najua yuko pale ikijaribu kutoa ile mchaga, lakini bado inaonekana ukora bado uko, na kwa hivyo tungeomba serikali ya kwamba ipatiane nguvu, na ikiwa wale tuko na wao hapa askari wale tumepatiwa hapa na wale wengine wako Kinamba, ikiwa hawafanyi kazi, sasa imefika wakati wananchi watafanya kazi yao.
Irungu further wants the curfew imposed in parts of the county, including Olmoran, Ngarua and Mkogodo, to be reviewed. In Turkana County, 4 people are nursing injuries in Lodwar Referral Hospital after bandits alleged to be from the neighboring West Pokot County raided Lorogon area in Turkana South, making away with livestock of unknown number. The recent string of attacks comes just today after CS Kindiki promised to tour the troubled regions of the north to announce drastic measures the government will impose to put an end to the banditry menace. Tonight, Azimio Coalition Party leader Raila Odinga has sustained his offensive against President William Ruto, saying he has to quit office. Odinga, who marshaled his Azimio la Umoja troops in Narok County, maintained his opposition to a number of companies and products that the opposition will boycott until President William Ruto addresses their demands. Apollo Kamau reports.
Azimio took its anti-government protest campaign to Narok County, where coalition chief Raila Odinga justified why President William Ruto must quit office, citing the high cost of living, the opening of IEBC servers, and the reconstitution of IEBC. Odinga, flanked by fellow principals and MAR leaders, drumming up support for the 20th of March, the day Azimio says the coalition will march to State House to remove President William Ruto from office.
Alafu kufika tarehe 20 ya mwezi huu, Jumatatu ile ingine, njia yote inaelekea wapi? Inaelekea wapi? Inaelekea wapi? Wangapi wanakuja?
Usiingilie maandamano yetu, tungojee pale Ikulu, tutakusaidia kwenda Sugoi.
Si baba alisema enough is enough. Si nyinyi mnajua kura ya baba iliibiwa? Na si mko tayari kusimama na baba? Hebu inua mkono kama uko tayari kusimama na baba kabisa.
Odinga slams Kenya Kwanza for not having the plan to deliver the country from a battered economy, which is why their threat to boycott key companies and products to be named next week still stands.
Kijana hii, tuambie siku ile ambayo tunasema sisi zote tunawacha safari kama tunahama. Tunahama. Mambo ya mayai, tunajua hiyo. Tunajua hiyo. Na kadhalika tuambie nyinyi kabla 2-3 ambayo tunasema tunawachana nayo.
The leaders for the hit out at the Ruto administration for intimidating Narok Senator Olekina Ledama with arrest, failing to protect the Mau forest, and transferring police insurance coverage from NHIF to a local insurance company.
Bima hii, National Health Insurance, ndugu Raila, ndio ilikuwa inagharamia askari police, walikuwa wote covered. Sasa imehamia yote kwa kampuni nyingine ambayo inamilikiwa na wale wenye kampuni. Yaani Kenya wanasema is a company. Wangapi wanasema Kenya sio kampuni?
Sasa wanasema ndivyo maovu yao isijulikane, wanamtafuta huyu Olekina wampeleke kotini. Mimi nawaomba, wakimpeleka kotini, wakimkamata, mimi ni wakili.
The coalition heads to Mombasa on Sunday. Apul Kamau, TV47.
And President William Ruto has recommended the appointment of former Sitem Church Bishop David Oginde as the new chairperson of Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission EACC after the completion of tenure of Bishop Eliud Wabukala. The name of David Oginde has been forwarded to the National Assembly for vetting and approval.
In a statement to the newsroom, the head of Public Service Commission, Felix Koskei, says the president recommended the appointment of former presiding bishop of Sitam Church, David Oginde, to replace the former EACC chair, Eliud Wabukala, whose tenure of service came to an end January this year. The nomination comes after the recruitment process by the Public Service Commission, which also shortlisted former Makueni Governor Professor Kivutha Kibwana and Amani Yuda Komara. Oginde has served in different capacities. He served as immediate former Chancellor of Pan-African Christian University after holding a PhD in organizational leadership from Regent University, School of Business and Leadership in USA. He holds a Master's in Leadership degree from Pan-African Christian University. Kosgei says the president's decision has been informed by Oginde's well-standing as an individual, highly respected at home and abroad for his strong reputation in forthrightness, integrity, and his tireless efforts towards the promotion of ethics and virtues in the society. His appointment, therefore, according to Kosgei, would give Kenya a demonstrable champion of deepening a value-based culture in the nation, and one who has a long and successful career of promoting ethics, integrity, and civic duty in many different spheres of life. The president has forwarded his name to the National Assembly for vetting to test his suitability to serve. Paul Kirobi, TV47, Nairobi.
Okay, listen to this next story. A grade 5 pupil from Namanjala Primary School in Kwanza Sub-County in Trans Nzoia has died after allegedly being forced to run 13 rounds in the school grounds for misbehaving. Our reporter Isaac Famba visited the area and filed the following report.
A few moments after receiving news of the demise of a grade 4 pupil, Mike Mulongo, irate locals have held demos complaining of the way the deceased was handled by the school. The irate locals closed the school main gate asking for justice for the pupil, whom they claim was caned by a teacher for breaking a goal post with the pupil, succumbing moments after being taken to hospital.
Na jana jioni alikuwa wanacheza na kapanda juu ya goal post na kaivunja. Baadaye alipopelekwa kwa mwalimu alimwambia kwamba akimbie raundi 13. Of which mtoto alikimbia raundi 13 akamaliza. Aliitwa tena kwa ofisi, mwalimu ambaye tunabana jina lake akamchapa na viboko 10.
Kwa hivyo huyo mwalimu, nataka kuomba wale wanashughulika na mambo ya transfer ya walimu warudishe huyo mwalimu mkuu mahali alitoka, watuletee mzazi ambaye amehitimu kuwa mwalimu mkuu, ili mtoto akigonjeka anampeleka hospitali, si kumtupa nyumbani.
Ni uchungu zaidi kwa sababu walimu wakiitana shuleni watoto ama amemfukuza hata shilingi 5 anamchapa kichapa ingine nyewesi wana. Mtoto akikuja nyumbani anasema umenichapa, na sisi hatuna, tumeenda kibarua. Kwa nini serikali mwezi kusaidia kweli mpaka mtoto akaaka?
A visit to the late's homestead paints of a grim picture, with the parents complaining that their boy was well mannered and wondered the cause of his death.
Nilifika kwa njia hapa nikakutana na jirani, ndiye akaniambia tusiende nyumbani, ruti tuende hospitali. Tukaenda mpaka hospitali, nikapata mtoto haka hapo kwa daktari wanamshughulikia. Akawa aongei, anatapika tu. Alikuwa aongei, anatapika tu. Nilijaribu hata kumuita Mike aongei. Mpaka bila alikata roho yake. Hakuongea tena.
Na huyu mtoto wangu hakugonjeka popote. Ni kwa sababu mtoto huyu akitoka mali hapa alitoka akiwa mzima.
Education Department, through Director for Kwanza Sub-County Richard Makoha, confirmed the incident, noting that they had launched investigation over the matter, asking locals to be calm as they pursued the matter.
Tutafanya investigation na yule yeyote ambaye atapatwa culpable, yule mwenye atakuwa amekosa, sheria itachukua mkondo wake. Just as simple as that. Kwa sababu hili ni jambo ambalo sio la mzaha.
Isaac Famba, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
Right, back to some politics, and leaders from various political parties affiliated with the Isiolo La Umoja Coalition Party in Mombasa have voted to support the team leader Raila Odinga on his call for mass action to pressure President William Ruto to lower the cost of living. Now, addressing the media in a mega public rally at the Caltex grounds in Likoni, Mombasa on Sunday, they have affirmed that the mass action will happen without chaos, citing that the directive is for the value of Kenyans who are struggling to afford basic food commodities. They have also slammed the fifth administration in its appointments, saying that they are full of tribalism.
Na serikali watawasili kesho, watakuwa hapa Viongozi wa NAC Kenya ambao tumeshirikiana kwa sauti moja.
Maandamano ambayo yametangazwa na kiongozi wetu wa Azimio Mombasa, tuko tayari vile mwenyekiti mwenzangu alisema, na nataka niwahakikishie wana Mombasa, maandamano yetu hayatakuwa na fujo, wala hakuna mtu ana nia ya kuharibu mali ya mtu wala kutumia nguvu ya aina yoyote kinyume na sheria.
Kila siku serikali imekuwa inatoa ahadi kama ambao kwamba wanatafuta kura sahihi. Wamesahau kwamba wao ndio viongozi wanaofaa wafanye. Wao wamekuwa ni ahadi kama ambao bado wako kwenye kampeni. Serikali tumeona ya kabila moja. Mombasa, kama mwenzangu alivyosema, tumeachwa nyuma sana.
Jeshi la baba iko tayari kuwatoa kwa kiti. They either work or they step down. Na sisi hatutaki handshake. Kila mmoja wao, kiongozi wa Kenya Kwanza akiongea, baba anataka handshake. Baba hataki handshake. Baba akona handshake ya wananchi.
All right, now family in Kapsabet, Nandi County, is mourning the death of the son who was shot and killed in the United States of America. And as Elizabeth Atieno now reports, the affected family now seeks to raise 4.5 million Kenyan shillings to help ferry the body back home for burial.
At Kapsirchoi village in Kapsabet, Nandi County, a somber mood has engulfed this homestead as residents converge to raise 4.5 million Kenya shillings needed to repatriate the body of 20-year-old Justice Kigen to Kenya from the United States, where he died under mysterious circumstances.
It's a sad moment for us as a family that such a dark cloud passed by our family and plucked our loving member of the family through a cold murder. He was murdered, assassinated, for reasons that we are still waiting for the investigations to reveal.
Kijana alikuwa kijana mdogo, alikuwa mtu ambaye alikuwa mfanye bidii sana. Alikuwa anasoma vizuri na alikuwa anaendelea sawasawa. Lakini last year alimaliza shule na akamaliza vizuri sana. Na this year tulikuwa tunafikiria ataunga na nursing. Lakini kwa sababu ya kifo ilitoka haraka namna hiyo, hakufanya hivyo.
Tulikuwa na matumaini ili siku sasuni akuja atusaidie na asaidie watoto wenzake.
During the 2022 Christmas season, the late Kigen's mother, Jennifer Kilel, posted a well-thought message condemning gun violence in the state of Charlottesville. Little did she know that 2 months down the line, her son would meet his tragic and untimely death through gun violence.
They have been in the U.S. for the last around 17 years or so, with the nuclear members of the family, Mr. Peter Kilel and Jennifer Kilel.
Preliminary investigations show that it all began at 2 p.m. on the 4th of March this year, when the deceased went shopping at Sunshine Supermarket in Charlottesville, when 2 individuals walked in and shot him dead after a series of altercations.
That we consider racist, we consider seclusion in the United States of America, and we want to call upon the authorities to thoroughly investigate this matter and serve justice to this family and our son that was murdered.
One of the suspects, a 17-year-old currently facing second-degree murder charges, was admitted at a medical center after sustaining a gunshot wound. The other suspect, identified as 19-year-old Nasir Megi, is charged with 1 count of malicious wounding. Investigations from the Charlottesville Police Department believe that the incident is part of an ongoing dispute between the suspect and the deceased.
Tunaomba wote ambao mnasikia hii sauti ya kwamba tusaidiane kwa kulipa bill na ndio tufikishe mwili ifika hapa Kapsirchoi. Tafadhali wote, wamama, wazee wenye mnasikia huu wito, tafadhali tusaidiane wote.
Na kwa sababu aliaka katika Uingereza, Amerika, tunasema ya kwamba bill ni kubwa. na tunaomba serikali ya Nandi County na serikali yetu ya Kenya atusaidie.
The late Kigen's mother, Jennifer Kilel, has mourned his son, remembering him as a young farmer and a climate change activist. The family is now calling for justice to prevail. Elizabeth Atieno, TV47, Nairobi.
Now, the fight against match fixing earlier today intensified following the arrest of 3 individuals who were suspected of issuing bribes and fixing FKF Premier League matches in a well-orchestrated plan by former footballers and active footballers of the Nairobi City Stars. The police managed to nab the mastermind of the vice that has been tainting Kenya's football. Our reporter Dennis Otieno tells us more.
In an official statement sent out to newsrooms, Football Kenya Federation confirmed that 3 individuals, 2 foreigners and 1 Kenyan, were arrested early this morning after being suspected of facilitating match fixing in the country. The operation by the police officers stemmed from a former Kakamega Homeboys player, Festus Omukoto, who had been banned for 4 years by FIFA for engaging in the vice in the year 2020 and would act as a middleman to connect the culprits with players and officials of the Nairobi City Stars Football Club. Speaking exclusively to TV47, Omukoto stated that he cooperated with the culprits for close to a month via phone engagements, and as soon as the meetup was ready ahead of Nairobi City Stars match against Sofapaka earlier today, Omukoto alerted the police officers to catch the culprits red-handed.
Wase jamaa walikuwa wamenifuatilia kwa Instagram, Telegram. Sasa like walikuwa wananifollow. Sasa kuna time walinifuata wakanitext wakaniambia kanaweza wasaidia kumit hii City Stars wafanye match fixing. Sasa mimi nikakubali, nikachat nao, nikaongea kila kitu, nikaambia sawa mimi nitakuja kuwa connect. So vile nilikuja hivi nikapigia president, nikamwambia kuna mtu fulani hivi na hivi ananisumbua. Ndio niko against hiyo kitu juu singependa mpira Kenya iharibike. So after hapo ndo tukakuja tukaplan na president na CEO wa City Stars, tukamwambia badala ya kuharibu mpira Kenya heri tu arrest watu. Ndio ni kitu inaendelea kila siku. The more tunaachilia watu, the more bado mpira Kenya inaharibika. Tukasema at least ikue funzo kwa watu wengine.
According to Samson Otieno, the Nairobi City Stars coordinator, the culprits had instructed players of the team to concede a goal within the first 10 minutes and then later concede another goal in the 80th minute and will receive 1.4 million shillings to divide among 10 accomplices.
Like our game against Sofapaka, the first 10 minutes we were to lose by 1-0. Then up to halftime, no team to score. Then the score ends at 1-0. That's the first amount to come in. Second half, at 70th minute, there's a signal that is sent to one of the officials to signal the players that there's no play. You just play around, keeper can waste time up to 78th minute. At 78th minute, you take time again on a signal. That's when you start playing. At that period between 70th minute and 78th minute, they stake the live match. Whichever amount they put, they know, but it's good money. So from 80th minute, we were to lose by 2-0 in 80th minute. But if we score 1 goal, they have to score us another goal. And that's how the match will end. Then they pay the money to those who are involved.
Reports indicate that the individuals who were arrested in Zimmerman Estate, Kasarani, Nairobi, include a Russian international identified as Ahiad Kuibev, a Ugandan international identified as Barbad Navendi, and a Kenyan identified as Martin Mungamutua. Dennis Otieno, TV47.
Quite unfortunate what our football scene has turned ugly into. Now, Chinese national has been arraigned at the Kiambu Low-Court for allegedly failing to pay a goat meat supplier his dues worth 6 million Kenyan shillings. Kiambu Senior Principal Magistrate Manuela Kenyanjui has ordered the suspect Lei Yunyan to pay a 2 million Kenyan shillings bond or a 500,000 Kenyan shillings cash bail before the hearing of the case. Slated for the 18th of March, the suspect is said to have received goat meat for export but is yet to pay the supplier.
Tu wanachukua hiyo pesa, ukifuatilia wanatoroka na hiyo pesa. Huwezi wapata hawa tena kwa sababu huwezi enda upate China. kwa sababu tumaenda kwa DCI tukaripoti hiyo kesi. Wengine wamatoroka direct, wengine wajashikwa, lakini hao wenye wamapatikana kwa kampuni wamashikwa, wengine wamajificha. Tayari kampuni imerejistiwa hapa, lakini hao wanaendelea wamazoea. Watu wengi wamapoteza pesa kwa njia hiyo, kusupply mali alafu baadaye walipi, wanapotea. Unaweza supply vitu mingi alafu baadaye anachukua, anasema analipa, alipi. Sasa karibu milioni 7 wamakataa naye. Capital yote ni kama wamashikilia.
Biashara nao tumezia 2019. Na alifanya nao muda kama maka 2. Akafika maka 2, atumewekea capital yangu zote. Sasa sina kazi, sina watoto, niko na watoto ya kusomesha. Sasa capital yangu yote ilishikwa. Sina uwezo ya kusomesha watoto, sina school fee ya kulipa watoto. Na ucheni sina yote, ametukamata pesa yetu, ameshika capital yangu yote.
Meanwhile, Kenya Kwanza leaders led by the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, have condemned opposition for their calls to the supporters to continue with their protest, saying that the Kenyan government has just begun work and that there is a need to be given time to implement the manifestos. This story was produced by Steve Ombugu.
As the Azimio Brigade was rallying Narok residents to support their anti-government mass action agenda,
serikali ya Kenya Kwanza imekuwa kwa uongozi kwa miezi 5. William Ruto as our president has not rolled out any single budget ya serikali yake.
the leaders called out Odinga and his allies for what they say is being behind the rising cost of living, which is now protesting against.
He is still working with the remnants of the previous regime's budget.
Hata wakienda maandamano asubuhi mpaka jioni, waboikoti sijui something, waboikoti ule mwingine, wakifanya hiyo boikoti yote wajue kwa serikali ya William Ruto si mtu ya kutishwa. William Ruto si kama Uhuru Kenyatta alikuwa mtu ya serikali. William Ruto alikuwa mtu ya Mogorieka, ataendelea kujapa.
Speaking in Eldamaravine, Baringo County, the CS said Raila is to be blamed on the high cost of living following the handshake with former President Uhuru Kenyatta and forgot his opposition role in checking the government.
Budget yake ya kwanza itakuja later this year. Then you can be able to judge whether it's putting your money, your taxes in the right areas.
Pesa yenu siku za mwisho za serikali iliyopita ilikuwa inabebwa na gunia. Now when we do more investigation tutajua. Some of the money that was taken away by corrupt individuals ni ile ingelipa barabara za pending bills. The country size is suffering to more than 900 billion, near a trillion of pending bills.
Leaders also took issue with Odinga's claims that he won the last year's election, saying it was proven at the Supreme Court. The sentiments were echoed by Cabinet Secretary for Cooperatives Simon Chelugui, who castigated Azimio leader Raila Odinga over planned nationwide demos over claims of high cost of living, terming the move at
asikuje kutuletea kwamba hapo nyuma amepata maono tofauti ndio sasa anatuambia tuandamane kwa barabara. The cost of living, the cost of food was already very high. Bei ya unga ilikuwa 250 na alikuwa hapo katikati. Si angezungumza wakati huo.
Kakamega Senator Boni Halwale on his part asked Azimio leaders to cease taking advantage of jobless youth, instead to use their means to air their grievances.
Ninaomba viongozi kutoka jamii yetu ambao wako katika mrengo wa Azimio kwamba wakati watakuwa wana fikra ya kuja kuzungumza mbele ya watu wetu, waheshimu watu wetu. Lakini kuja kuchukua watoto wetu ndio mwafundishe vile watapigana vita ambayo nyinyi wenyewe hamweki watoto wenu.
Elizabeth Mutuku, TV47, Nairobi.
Well, on that political note, you take a short break. You're watching TV47 Weekend. More to follow.
TV47, the home of untold stories.
platinums.
As you enter a new phase of life, you may seem lost until you discover the passion within.
I'm happy that MKU decided to open a branch in Malindi to make work easier for those parents who have never been away from their kids or children.
That's all the equipment that I need to study and all the facilities that I need.
You've seen we have one of the most beautiful and ultra-modern structure.
Join us at Mount Kenya University and Equip Africa Institute Malindi Odell Center to build your future. Intake in April for electronic learning and May for distance learning. Mount Kenya University.
Unlocking infinite possibilities.
Karibuni.
Mount Kenya.
A very small percentage of smart people can protect what the future holds. Would you like to be among them?
Real estate industry is doable.
Embrace investment in real estate.
At The Realtor, every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m., we show you how to be a smart investor and invest in real estate.
Kaluma King Herbal Lozenges zinazo nguvu maradufu kutuliza kikohozi, vidonda vya koo na mafua. Kaluma King ni shwari.
Tika mama huyo muharifu kaiba kuku zangu, vifaranga wangu na mayai zote pia kabeba. Aya, tika mama huyo.
Maumivu yakizidi, muone daktari.
Welcome to Nyali Golf View Residence, where a luxurious accommodation is inspired by the Indian Ocean. This exclusive residential community offers the ultimate in coastal living along Links Road, Nyali, near Mamba Roundabout. With breathtaking views of the golf course, ocean, and landscaped gardens, every moment spent in your home is an experience of tranquility, comfort, and luxury. Every detail of your spacious, fully furnished apartment has been designed with your comfort and style in mind, with open-plan living spaces, high ceilings, and elegant finishes that exude sophistication and relaxation. Experience resort-style living with a wide range of amenities, including a state-of-the-art fitness center, swimming pool, children's playground, 24-hour security, and concierge services. Experience the ultimate in luxury living and golfing at Nyali Golf View. Contact us today to schedule a visit and discover the lifestyle of your dreams. Nyali Golf View Residence, luxurious accommodations inspired by the Indian Ocean. You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
34 minutes past the top of the hour. Thank you for sticking around. Now, President William Ruto's 13 billion Kenya shillings Pioneer Dam in Gatundu North, Kiambu County might not take off after landowners expected to cede the parcels for the project moved to court seeking its implementation halted. In a petition seen by journalists John Mwangi Kariuki, James Muchai, Willie Githua, Patrick Kariuki, and 485 other affected landowners want the court to declare that the process of implementing construction of Ndarugu 2 Dam project is marred with opacity, lack of information, and suppression of free, prior, and informed consent, and is thus unconstitutional. The petition against Athi Water Services, National Lands Commission, that is NLC, and Channel Road and Bridge Corporation, the contractor, also seeks to bar Athi Water's staff, agents, and employees from trespassing on the land. According to the committee spearheading the entire project process, the government failed to engage them since the proposal for construction of the dam at Mwimuto, Gavaite, Gatei, Wathathi, and Kanjuku villages was made.
We have moved to court because of the much persuasion to the government to deliberate on this matter. The government has been adamant and it has refused to talk to the stakeholders. It has gone beyond and gazetted pieces of land where they intend to construct the dam without the consent, neither public participation. So as law-abiding citizens, we have decided to launch a legal process, and we've gone to court, filed a constitutional issue for determination. The matter will come up for hearing next Wednesday in parties for the court to decide, and our prayers are that whatever is happening within Ndarugu 2 should be stopped until we go the whole process in the legal matter.
We have reasons as to why we are opposing this dam. One of the reasons is the government has not been able to engage fully the people. Even when they come to engage, they just come with predetermined results, predetermined outcome of such meetings. An example is when we were at the Chief's camp. Already the DCC had called the Athi Water Services Board, many government offices, including the Lands Commission, were present. But what all they wanted is for the people to say they want and they are ready to cede their land for the government to construct the dam, and nothing else. There was no engagement that was required other than that one. And people unanimously agreed that nothing like that will be constructed here. You find this place is highly potential agricultural area.
Also, KPA members of Clearing, Forwarding and Logistics have lauded the appointment of Captain William Ruto as the new Managing Director of the Kenya Ports Authority. Captain Ruto, who will serve in the position for the next 3 years, has been appointed by the Transport Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen after an intense recruitment exercise done by the KPA Board of Directors to fill the gap which has been vacant for the last 3 years. The welcoming team has presented the expectations of the new boss, among them to oversee the revival of inactive ports in the country and increased efficiency within the corporation.
We are looking forward to have streamlined operations at the Port of Mombasa, ICD Nairobi, and ICD Naivasha. We look forward as a fraternity to working together with Captain Ruto and the KPA and other stakeholders to have smooth cargo clearance services offered to Kenyans and to East Africans.
We will work very closely with him, we will support him, and the idea is one, to see the port more efficient and more prosperous for the benefit of this country. The economy is not doing very well. One of the major factors that affect economic development in this country is port activity, that is international trade. If we fail in getting everything right at the level of port operations and handling and ports being efficient, then we're also missing the point as far as economic development in this country is concerned.
The confidence and the understanding which we have
on the new MD and his ability to find solutions to the operational challenges facing the Port of Mombasa. We are confident that he is going to provide those solutions and make the Port of Mombasa to be a world-class port facility that we so much desire.
And to some legal matters, the Law Society of Kenya Embu chapter has faulted the county government for allegedly engaging quack lawyers in certification of county staff's documents during the head count exercise. According to Embu Bar Chair Anne Migwe, the verification and stamping of education certificates was being done by individuals not registered as lawyers, putting the credibility of the exercise into question. However, County Public Service Administration and ICT CEC Emilio Kathuri said their role was only to hire the services of the law firm IHRM to merely certify the documents as true copies of the originals, but the authentication will be carried out later. So far, 2 ladies have been arrested by the DCI detectives for questioning.
Have managed to find 2 culprits inside stamping documents. And we have sought the services of the DCI Embu, and we are sure that we'll be able to start the process and hopefully prosecute them.
All of these people were purporting to sign and stamp all of these documents using the same advocate stamp or what is purported to be an advocate stamp. If you look at it keenly, you will notice that the person doing verification of those documents was not even verifying them. Ideally, when you certify that a document is a true copy of the original of another, you must compare the 2 documents side by side. When I came here, that is why I'm dressed in civilian clothing today, I noticed that they were simply just stamping documents and passing them along. There was no certification in the proper sense that was going on.
I'll follow up this process that we have studied here in Kenya School of Government. We shall work together with DCI on this matter until they conclude the investigations. Once we get their findings, we shall advise on the way forward in regards to the process that is ongoing here, and thereafter we shall again have this moment and give you feedback on what the Council of Embu Lawyers has done.
If anybody would have been arrested as bring the role of an advocate when he is not, it is not for us to know, we as the county. And at times, you don't even have to be treated by a doctor to hear. Even a nurse can do it with instructions from a doctor. So I cannot talk much about whether it was a quack or not a quack.
And at the same time, leaders in Isiolo County have highlighted drought and insecurity as the main challenges facing the devolved unit. In a bid to aid learners in the area, Member of Parliament Joseph Samal launched a 25.5 million shillings bursary program for students in secondary school that is expected to aid at least 4,326 learners in various secondary schools. Speaking during the launch, Isiolo County Commissioner Geoffrey Omonding assured residents that the government will do anything within its purview to curb insecurity and provide food to schools. However, Omonding warned those hiding behind the community bracket and causing insecurity.
Lakini mwaka huu hakuna, na inaendelea hivi mpaka ikifika next year, hakuna mwananchi atahangaishwa, na tunataka kushukuru ile operation inaendelea pale. Wale wajangili walikimbia hapa kwetu, wameona tumekaa wakali, wamerudi tena huko, watarudi tena, lakini mimi naomba sisi tukae chonjo ya kusema sasa tuache bunduki, tuchukue kalamu, si ndio? Watoto wetu waende nini? Shule. Ndio basari. Hii mambo ambayo unafanya hapa, baada ya miaka 5 hakuna hii mambo hapo yote itanyamaza, kwa sababu watoto wataenda shule.
Tunatakikana tujipange kivyetu. Sisi tumepewa pesa we are going to invest around 50 million kwa hii mambo ya basari. Lakini kwa saizi secondary school tuna target, tunapeana 25.5 million kwa hii sherehe ya sahi.
Hawana school fees. Sisi kama wazazi, sisi kama chama ya wazazi, kuna watoto ambaye tuliweza hata kupeleka shuleni wale wakuwa na mapato, na tunashukuru leo kwa sababu tukiangalia kwa ile basari ameweza kulaunch, wengi wamepata
And some party politics. The Orange Democratic Movement Party, ODM, has suffered a major blow after former Busia woman representative Florence Mutua and other officials defected to the United Democratic Alliance, UDA, Confirming her defection, Florence Mutua, who is the immediate former Assistant Secretary General of ODM Party, said she will lead the UDA registration brigade so that Busia County can be in government. Speaking at Bukalama Resort while receiving the defectors, UDA Secretary General Cleophas Malala urged Western leaders to show their commitment by registering as UDA members and supporting UDA manifesto to realize development.
ODM, Busia County, wamedefect kutoka kwa chama cha ODM, wamekuja kwa chama tawala. Sasa mnakaa kwa hizo chama ndogo ndogo, mwishowe hampati ile nyama ambaye jamii ya Waluya ina. Na mimi naomba tafadhali muniunge mkono kwa kurejista kama wanachama wa UDA.
Mama, mnataka niendelee kuzimia ama tuendelee kuweka pesa mfukoni? Na sisi tunataka tukue united sasa, moving forward as one Busia County.
And into the wonderful world of sports. Kabra's Rugby Football Club today successfully defended the National Rugby Sevens League title, the Kenya Cup, after winning the final match against KCB RFC with scores of 19-09 at the Kakamega Showground. Fly half South African Ntabeni Dukisa opened the scoring sheet for the Sugar Millers with 3 penalties, while Jean Kubu sealed the victory for Cabras through yet another penalty. Meanwhile, winger Darwin Mukidza scored penalties for KCB in the losing effort as the Bankers were left to rue the match in discipline in the losing effort. It's 47 minutes past the top of the hour, and that marks the end of our bulletin. Thank you for your valid company. Catherine Simalo